Mind shift in selling and buying your home at the same time.
Now, most people when they buy a home are really imagining themselves in this home. So enlisting your home, your baby, place where you had so many wonderful memories is actually a stressful life event because other people come in and they don't have your memories of what happened on that wall and why it's kind of a little messy. They just see there's mess on the wall and maybe that situation was really meaningful for you, but and you kind of left a little reminder, but it is not to anybody else's memory. So being hit with your memories and acting like those are hurt are actually very hurtful for a lot of people. But on the other side of it, you have so much excitement that you're going to start over. You're getting a brand new home, and it's a powerful motivator to say, I'm starting new. So you have the letting go emotionally, and you have the I'm getting something amazing new. So there's this dance of emotions that happens between like going from selling your old home to buying a brand new home. So, and this really comes down to a mind shift. So how do we adjust?
Exactly. As my wife said, adjusting to the change, which because we are as a human being, we need a mental preparation. Really, as my wife said, selling a home with all the memories that you created, 1 year, 5 years, 7 years, even 10 years, it can be very overwhelming. And you need to go to this process of emotions. And then as you leave everything behind and start a new life in a new location with a new house.
Right, so you have to be ready for a change. It's like letting go of the past in some ways. Yes, when you walk around your home that you've decided to sell, all these memories are going to hit you. But we really have to kind of be ready to move forward. And that brings us to the next one, which is visualizing your future, which we're going to talk about in 1 second after introduction. Let's hit it. Hi, it's Alan Victoria. Welcome to our channel and podcast.
And if this is your first time in our podcast and YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and get notified.
Also, you call text all the time, 252-327-3357. We love talking to you. Don't be shy. Also, grab our buyer's guide and seller's guide in the description below. Now, when we're visualizing our future, after we've gone through our memories, the second thing I would recommend really doing is understanding we're going to get something, a different space, a different environment, different amenities. Create a clear picture of yourself and your goals and what you get as a goal at that process. And that really kind of helps you let go by focusing on what you are going to get.
Exactly. And the next thing that you need to be mindful beside of the vision and also mentally be prepared is a market researching, real estate market researching, and understanding the real estate market that you are currently in at selling and buying home at the same time is super important. Is it a seller's market? Is it a buyer's market or something in between? What is the situation? And how you can get the top dollar and get the new house with the reasonable expenses.
So the next thing we're going to talk about is being flexible, right? So understanding flexibility eases the journey. So when we understand the market conditions, the buyer's interest, and all of the timelines, it's really going to, once we understand and being a little flexible, it works easier.
Exactly. The next thing that is super important and we need to really pay attention is preparing for selling. And one of the two factors that is important is decluttering and depersonalization. As my wife said, you create a lot of memory in this house that you are currently living and wanted to sell. And everything, it talks to you, the wall, the frame, everything in that home. But that is not necessary for the person that look in your home to buy your home because they wanted to see themselves, their family, their kids, their parents if they're living with their parents. And really, depersonalization and decluttering is the most important steps.
After that, we're going to talk about home improvement. So what a little small change will really, really help. We recently had a situation to where there was, dirty old rugs. Just simply ripping out the old rugs and putting new floors gives a whole new feel. And it makes it feel so much more value because it's a small thing. Paint. Fixing a leaky faucet. This is going to make the home attractive. It's going to make it show its best features. The home is going to show it its best.
Exactly. And also actually it's going to affect also the appraisal because appraisal looking at it as a home improvement and they give you more credit, more good for you actually. The second thing is, the next thing is juggling, selling and looking to buy. and basically wanted to talk about the timelines. No, what timelines we are looking at?
You have to, again, if you're buying new construction, you can plan the whole thing out step by step in a 7-month period or 12-month period. That's one thing. On another side, when you're buying in a more rush, it can be very stressful. We've done it ourselves. You want to make sure that you can coordinate
like
at
you
the same
get a
time.
job and you don't have time 7 months. You get a good job, you can.
And you need to be there in 30 days.
Yeah.
Like you had to stay at a hotel for like a few weeks. So, I mean, while we were waiting on our new house. So there's gaps that have to have in place. Financial strain of having 2 mortgages, if that's even an option for you. So really the reality of what you're doing has to set in, and the timeline sometimes really matters. And timelines will kind of push us beyond our psychological, oh, this was my home. But then it's going to hit you at some point in this whole process.
And the next thing that might come to your mind is contingency offer, no? In some cases, as we said again, because you need to search the market. This is the buyer's market. It's a seller's market. And you need to make sure and be thinking about it, that what is the market is. If you put an offer in the house that you wanted to purchase, are they going to accept contingent upon selling your home or not? As my wife said, you might be even economically eligible to have 2 loans at the same time, but we don't know that's the situation or not. Therefore, this is super important, that is, see if this contingent offer is attractive to a person or not.
They're not going to be attractive to, in many markets, they're not attractive at all. So, I mean, you made it sound amazing, but non-contingent offers are going to win over contingent offers and in a seller's market, because other people, they have other choices, and waiting for you to sell your home might not be the best option.
Unless it's a buyer's market.
Right, that's a buyer's market. In the seller's market, those conditions are not good. So I would definitely have a good conversation with your financial people to really see how we can make this transition work. I've seen people use HELOCs. I've seen people use cash. I've seen people have pre-approvals where the bank is handling the whole contingency thing, and I didn't even know about it. Like, I've seen it happen. So financial considerations to understand. Equality is really...
That's why we wanted to talk
equity.
Now about financial consideration.
Right, which is finances. Equity is the first thing to talk about. How much of that home that you already live in, you truly already own? Because I have seen it to where somebody just took all of the equity out of their home, bought another home, and then put their other house on the market because they understood they had the money, go buy the home they wanted, and then just transition by selling the home in place. So yes, there was a mortgage on the other home while they were selling the home, but that's like an $1,800 or $2,000 change that they had to handle 1 or 2 months while the house was selling. So if you have enough equity, of course, that makes it so much easier.
And the next thing is really mortgage approval. Getting pre-approved gives you a clear sense of the buying power, and shows also the sellers that you are ready buyers for the property, and it's super important, especially if you are in a competitive market.
And the next thing to talk about is, of course, a pre-approval letter. A pre-approval gives a clear sense of what your buying power is, shows the sellers that you are serious, and shows that you can afford the home. Oh, you did. I'm sorry. The final steps, of course, when you get to closing day, you might have to sell your old home the same day you're buying the new home. I've done it myself. I told you we just had 4 hours to target. We had to wait. So you place an offer on the new one, you're closing on it, you want the keys. There's a lot of paperwork on closing, lots of inspections, lots of negotiations. So be ready, because you have a lot of things going on at the same time.
Exactly. And what is the final steps?
Moving forward. So you want to make sure you have professionals on your side. The help of your friends is one thing, but really having people to make sure that they are there to help you along the entire process, helps you with decision making, helps you with transitions, helps you with anticipation, and it can turn something that's super stressful into an exciting adventure.
Exactly. Therefore, this journey, we are here to help you buying and home selling with Alan Victoria Pinder Real Estate Agent Professionals. Please call us at 252-327-3357. Go to our website, alandvictoria.com, and we'd love to connect with you and watch these videos, and see you next time.